Hello, 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 and welcome back to Guy's Global Getaways. And today I'm coming to you live from Hawaii, joined by my wonderful wife and travel
Aloha.
companion, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, how are you
Aloha.
today?
Good.
Good.
Sad
Sad? What's going on?
because it's our last day to see this wonderful view.
So we got the, as you can see here, I'm not sure if you can see, we got you got the beach behind us, sunny skies, the breeze in our hair, balcony. You're gonna miss this view for sure. So it's great to officially have you on the mic for this one, Jacqueline. Last time we talked about choosing your Hawaiian island and diving into food. Today we're building on that by diving into the must-do activities and experiences right here on Oahu beyond just the resorts. We're going to share our first-hand experiences and what we've learned truly from exploring this incredible island. So when people come to Oahu, they often think of just Waikiki, but there's so much more to do and see. From our experience, having our own vehicle here on Oahu is absolutely essential. It gives us so much freedom where we're not rushed. We can stop wherever a few catches our eye and truly explore at our own pace, especially if you want to hit different parts of the island, like the North Shore. It's definitely a game changer. So Jacqueline, what do you think about that?
About having your own car, yeah. I will usually say if you just want to do your group thing and you're good with just like going on a group tour, then do that. If you don't feel comfortable renting a car and you're okay with just group tours, go ahead and do that. But I would truly recommend, because we have done that as well, but I would truly recommend if you have time on your hands, just rent a car, because we did that with the kids, because we came with the kids this time and we wanted for them to experience more of what we experienced plus more, and we took them other places that we have not been ourselves as well. So I think they enjoyed it. We have not heard from them yet, so we'll see once we get home what they say.
All right. Look, I couldn't agree anymore. Absolutely. Speaking of the North Shore, we were blown away. It's beautiful, very raw, and the views are just to die for. You see that it comes like some of the water comes over
Oh, the driving.
the street, and it's a sight to see for sure. So, what do you think of the North Shore?
I like the driving there. One comment that I made to Guy was, um, if I live here, we went to the Polynesian Center. So one comment that I made to him, like if I live here and they have like a membership, this is a place that I will come and bring the kids every time. Like back home we have what was it, Greensboro Science Center?
The Greensboro Science Center.
Yeah, that they
yep.
have like membership there. And when the kids were younger, I used to have like a membership there, and we used to take the kids all the time down there. Right now they're older, they could care less about it, and they'll be like, oh, I've been there so many times. And when they do school trips down there, they're like, oh my god, I have to go there again. But I said this is a place that I will bring them because it's big, so it's a place that I think doesn't matter how many times you go, you're always going to learn something new, because it's, as the name says, the cultural, and as you visit in that same place, you visit all the different islands and the different cultures that they have here, and they teach you about their culture.
That's valid. Yeah, I really enjoyed that place. Something that we'll discuss a little bit more later on in the episode. Let's talk about food, because that's the highlight for us. I'm definitely a foodie.
And the kids.
And the kids are foodies. So beyond the sit-down restaurants, we found some amazing casual options.
Food trucks.
Yeah, the food truck scene was crazy. It's a huge part in Hawaii of the local culinary experience. So you find everything from garlic shrimp to the kai bowls. Is where you get some of the freshest, most authentic flavors, often at good prices. And I have to give a special shout out to Annabella from the Elephant Shack. Her Thai food was incredible. The most authentic I've had for sure. She said that she moved here, I guess, a few years ago, and she wanted to bring Thai food to Hawaii. I'm sure she's not the only Thai food person, but this was good. Big portions. It was good, delicious, plentiful. I had to take it to go. I couldn't finish it. I definitely recommend checking out her at the, I think it's the...
Those are the pier.
At the pier near the Catamarans. I think it's Harbor Pier or something like that. I'll put the description. I'll put the place in the comments below at the end. You know what else we found? You know, so we look at a lot of TikToks and stuff like that. McDonald's, man. So can't come to Hawaii because each place got a different. We noticed that each culture and McDonald's, I guess, is the main culprit for this. That does like a local food. So
It has done it different for each. We experienced it in Italy, in Mexico, and now in Hawaii. Last time we came, we didn't go into McDonald's. But this time, because the kids camp was like, oh my God, we need to go to McDonald's when we get there. I was like, oh, you get McDonald's every time at home. Why do you want McDonald's again? And we went to McDonald's because they show us this TikToks on it. But it's only in the morning. Everything else is the same. They have the house, what was it? The main house, what was it? I got the house deluxe.
the House Deluxe
The house deluxe.
and the big breakfast with spam, sausage, and rice.
That's the house deluxe.
That's the House Deluxe, yeah.
Yeah, that's the house deluxe. It has spam, sausage, eggs, and rice. Scrambled eggs and rice. And it comes with soy sauce. And you just, and it's sticky rice. So it comes with the soy sauce and the salt and pepper, obviously, for your eggs. And, you know, it's just up to you if you're into that. We just wanted to try it. The kids liked it. I got it for myself, but I share it with all of them. So they liked it. Ayaela's not a fan of spam. So
I love me some spam, but you know they got like what over 100 different flavors of spam here, so it was definitely nice to have for breakfast. Gotta try it at least once. So if you're McDonald's, Hawaii, actually that big breakfast only in the morning. And speaking of local eats, you also found this place called Itchy Butt. All right, so that's actually the name. They had some good. Looks like they had some chicken.
But they also have other kind of foods.
Yeah.
Curry is really big here.
Curry. Yeah.
Everywhere we went, it was curry. Chicken curry.
Chicken curry. And chicken curry is so good. Oh my God, it's so good. And
pork with chicken curry, chicken curry by itself, rice with chicken curry. And it was something we did not experience last time, because last time we just stayed here at the village around.
Yeah, on local. We didn't experience that.
And we ate at the big commercial restaurants, which was like Red Lobsters and Wendy's and things like that.
You know what? If you're here, the commercial restaurants, support local business. That's what we try to do, and the food is so much better. Now, I'll put a description of Itchy Butt. Definitely, like and follow us also, and you'll see some of our pictures on YouTube and pictures of the different foods and stuff too.
Yeah, and you heard that right. It's not really, that's the name, Itchy Butt.
Itchy Butt.
We were laughing when our son told us at first. He's like, Alex comes like, Mom, Dad, we need to go to Ichiban. We just looked at him like, what? He's like, Ichiban.
Yeah, that was, Ichiban was good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, now on to activities. All right, we used the Go City Pass, which gave us unlimited access to attractions, and for a group of 7 people, in my opinion, I think it was worth all the money. Before we dive into the pass itself, I would have to say things in Hawaii get expensive really quick. So it's important to be strategic with your moves and budget from the get-go, or you're gonna be spending a lot of extra money. All right. So from my experience, excuse me, passes like the Go City Pass can offer incredible value, especially if you're planning to hit multiple attractions. My main advice: plan ahead, look at what's included, figure out what generally interests your group, and map out your days. You don't want to feel rushed trying to do everything just because it's included. And for our listeners, I will have a link in the description where you can purchase Go City Passes directly. What do you think about the Go City Pass?
Go City Pass was good, especially when we missed that one, and then I saw the price.
Yeah, so we missed. We had a tour.
We had a tour to the ranch,
To Kualoa Ranch.
Kualoa Ranch, and we missed it due to some unforeseen circumstances, and but it was fine. The kids, I know the kids would have liked it, but they were fine just passing by through it, and we only pay because we had already purchased the Go City, and we only pay, I think it was like $7.
It's like a green tax
for all 7 of us, because we already had a Go City that we paid ahead. Plus, you get the speed line or whatever.
Skip the line
on some of the places. But only certain activities are included also with the pass that you get, and you could upgrade to other activities. So we were supposed to go, and we didn't make it. But Guy forgot to cancel Colin and say, hey, cancel because of what was going on. So we totally forgot. So we just went to our next event that we had scheduled, which was the catamaran. When we got off the catamaran, then we saw this big charge of almost $500.
Yeah,
and it was from the ranch, and I said, Guy, what is this? And he said, wait, that's the one from the Jurassic Park thing. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, that's the one from the Jurassic. I said, but we didn't go. I thought it was $7. And he says, oh my God, I forgot to call. So that's, I think that because we didn't call and we were like a no show, no call, they're charging us.
Yeah, if you're a no-show, they'll charge you the whole thing.
But they were nice enough to actually say, hey, it's fine, don't worry about it. You can come back tomorrow and we'll cancel that transaction and we'll refund it. But the thing is that we couldn't go. Tomorrow was like actually yesterday, but we couldn't go. The reason was because when they started searching, they said, oh, I'm sorry, you can't come back because we're having an event. And then they said, come on Saturday, but we couldn't go on Saturday because they were leaving.
And we're leaving
today. So then they said, well, because of that, we're just going to just go ahead and refund everything for you. So don't worry about it. It's fine. So they were nice enough to do that. Yeah, so
$7 that for 7 people, there's like $1 green tax. And the value of this one event was almost $500. So just in that one event was definitely some value. So So a few of the other things that we did, you know, we managed to fit in some credible experiences. I know we spoke about the Polynesian Cultural Center, which was amazing. And you know what? It actually reminded me of Universal Studios, but with like a culture twist, because it was outside. And,
It reminded me more of Disney.
Disney, okay.
It reminded me of Disney, not Universal. It got me Disney.
Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of, actually, Disney. So, you got the different, like, what is that place? Animal Kingdom. Kind of like an Animal Kingdom. Where you got the different, like, Jurassic Park and all that stuff. Kind of reminded me of that. And so here, you know, it's a fantastic way to go over the cultures of Polynesia in one place. It's immersive, educational, definitely entertaining, and it, you know, could definitely be a highlight for many of the visitors, including myself. But yeah, I liked it. It was, you know, they had the different islands. You could go canoeing. It really gave you a deep dive in there without the pressure and the minutia of, oh my God, I'm learning something. You know, it was kind of a fun experience.
They make it fun, and they're very welcoming for you to learn something, and they actually teach you about it in a fun way, especially for the kids to learn. Nah, like, like we try to take the kids, especially Israel is right now the kid, and the other ones are older, but we always try to take them to places that they're going to learn something and absorb the culture. It's a vacation, but we always try to take a vacation and take them to a place where they're like, okay, we're going to hit the spot where you're going to learn about the place where we're going and see about the people that actually live there, not, oh, we're just going to a vacation spot and that's it. So I think they learned something, especially on that little 15-minute movie video that they did. So
yeah, this one is like a special movie about like fire dancing. I think episodes 2 and 3 are on YouTube. So that was pretty cool.
Jane, that it was called.
Yeah, Jane. So like a woman fire dancer. Yeah, she was cool.
Because women cannot be fire dancers, only men. And then they became a woman fire dancer.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, you know, we also did a city tour, which gave us a kind of a great overview. And of course, we visited Pearl Harbor, which was a profoundly moving experience. Everyone visiting Oahu should make some time for Pearl Harbor. I think that's incredibly important. It's a somber but essential visit to understand the pivotal moment in our history and to honor those who served, and a power experience for sure for everyone. What do you think about Pearl Harbor?
Well, it was our second time visiting, and every time we come, well, not every time, the second time we came, this time we went into the submarine.
Yeah.
Last time we didn't go into the submarine. So this time I learned something new because I went in the submarine. So every time it's a different experience that I have experienced. The kids, I think the one that seemed more interested was Israel.
Our little one, yeah.
Yeah, he's still learning on it. The other one was like, well, I learned about this, but Ayla was like, when she went to submarine, she was like, man, this is tight.
Yeah, tight quarters, man.
And Asia was like, wait, they had to like use this bathroom. You saw the little tiny toilet and the shower on the side. Yeah, so that's where and then he wanted to like touch a stuff. I don't remember what he wanted to touch. He said, "Can I touch this?" And that was one of the things that you could touch. I said, "Yeah, you could touch it." So he was like, "Oh my God!" And then Like he was amazed of how small of like a confined space all these people, and he liked especially because with the Go City you get the audio,
The audio included.
so you could get the audio or you could just get the map thing. So we got him we all got the audio, and with the audio, I always like the audio because you put it in, and as you go through the parts, it tells you wait until it pauses, because when they finish one part, they move to the next part. Because once they finish one part, it automatically, when you move to the next part, it automatically jumps to the next part. Because if she's still talking and then you move to the next part, she will skip to the next part that you're on, and so she will never finish that first part. So that was happening to him, and she's like, "Mom, she skipped." I said, "Yeah, because you moved to the next part." So then he knew how it worked, and he was paying attention to it, and he liked that, what she was saying, like listening to everything that was happening, and I think he really enjoyed that and learning all of that, and then that's what that enticed him to go to the museum, and that he was telling you to take him to the museum and things like that.
Oh yeah, to the museum after, and we found different history and different like Morse code and all of that, which is cool. Another thing that we were able to do, we're a travel agent, so we want to do that for the people, give you the first-hand experience of how things are, what it really is. So we stopped by the Aulani Resort from Disney. It's very, very interesting, to say the least. It is next to, I thought it was like its own like hotel thing. It is, but it's next to like some other hotels too. So that was interesting. It was quite impressive, and its design and atmosphere. And what did you think about it?
So the way that they picture it, I think, because they do like an aerial view of it, I thought it was like its own thing by itself.
Yeah, I thought that too. Like it was kind of like nestled directly on the certain.
So right now we're currently staying at the Hilton, and the way that they put in the Hilton is its own village, and it's like a whole thing itself. It's per se, the way I would describe it, is its own zip code per se. And I thought it was the same way with the Aulani. So here I come, go in, and then I see what was it, the
Four Seasons.
The Four Seasons, and this other one, and this other one. So I'm like, where is that? Are we at the right place?
Yeah, actually we're at the right place.
Yeah.
Like that's what it says on the map.
And then I even started.
Oops, sorry.
Then I even started researching on my GPS, making sure we were at the right place. And yeah, we were at the right place. And so the way that they picture it, and they picture it like, okay, the one that they put, the kids part is over here, and this is over here. So they put it as like you have to walk a mile to go to the kids area, because only kids have to be from a certain age here, and only kids from a certain age you have to be here, blah blah blah. So it's like you have to walk miles to go here to here, and the kids wanted to go get this pretty, what was it, shave ice that they make a shape of like Mickey Mouse ears. So the way on the map it looks that it was like so far away, but when we walked, it was just around the pool, and we were there. So it was just all visual the way that it is. It's not as big as it seems. The rooms though, we did a view of the rooms that let us go in, and they are pretty rooms. There's this the one that it goes in for 5 is really nice. They're really comfortable. They're everything. One thing I will say, because I have stayed at Disney before. At Disney, because I was telling Guy this yesterday, it is small, and you could sit down and then you go ahead and you sit down and then you're there, and it's not about, because I stayed and we stayed that was it, Tres Amigos, whatever one that we stood with, that I stood with Kyla. It's not about the place that you stayed at Disney. It's about the experience that you're paying for. Because once you walk in, oh, welcome, like when I went with my daughter, welcome Guy and Jacqueline, blah 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 on the TV. Yeah, we get this here, but we got welcome Dorsonville function. That's what we got here. Over there was more personalized, and you get the Mickey ear, you get the Mickey shampoo, the Mickey soap, the Mickey this, and everything's so personalized. And then over there you got while we were sitting there, we saw all the characters. Then you get the shows that you come in you're at the resort, so you see all the characters, you get the shows there. So it's like every hour they're running shows. They have the characters. They had like 2 stores.
Yeah, 2 to 3 stores.
2 to 3 stores. They do have the dining that you have to reserve though. So it's just like it's like a small Disney, like a tiny small Disney, but people would say, oh my God, they charge a lot of money, but you're not paying for, you're paying for the stay, but you're more paying for the experience that you're going to get out of it, because you get that Disney experience in that small, let's say small confined space. It's not that small, but per se, you're not like at Disney World and you're gonna be walking and doing all these rides and all this stuff. But yes, you're in a resort, but you're still get that Disney experience. They give it to you there.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people say, oh my God, well, I'm gonna pay so much money just to go when I'm already paying a lot of money for a plane to go there. But Disney's giving you the Disney experience while you're there.
In Hawaii, yeah, and we booked there, so if you you want to go, we're definitely the plug on that. But we wanted to go and definitely look at it so we could get first-hand experiences. Sometimes people ask me, well, why do you want to go to certain places, or something. My kids ask me, why you want to go to certain places? Well, I want to get the first-hand experience of how it is, so I could vouch for the place. All right, if I'm gonna send somebody there, I don't want any complaints or anything like that. So I'm gonna definitely go there, check it out first, and then I could say I experienced it and share the experiences with you guys. That's the point of our show. So one of the things I did like was, like I said, the characters. Sure, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto, they all have autograph sections. Donald Duck, they interact with you. They're very happy to see you. They even got like Hawaiian shirts and stuff like that. So that was cute. They had a lazy river.
Yeah, and they have the Hawaiian dancers that they come out and they dance. And everything's like when you're in Disney, that they have like the ropes around them, and then they just come in and they're there, and then people are lined up just to interact with the characters. It's just like when you're in Disney. And
even also with from my understanding too, they have like the character breakfasts.
The dining.
The dining, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which you also have to reserve.
Yeah. So just like Disney, but in Hawaii. So it's cool to kind of see Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and Pluto, Goofy, Chip and Dale. I think we
Chip and Dale was there,
yeah. That
which I like. I so happy when
yeah, I like you said Chip and Dale. All right. So that's pretty cool. All right, and speaking of the Kualoa Ranch, I think we were talking about that earlier. So what I didn't realize was this is actually the home of over 50 films, including, Jurassic Park. And a funny story, this is good for when you take tours. Our tour guide told us that the movie 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, which was filmed there, was originally called 50 Kisses. And she actually even made some shirts for the crew, but then at the last minute, they ended up changing the name of the movie to 50 First Dates. So now they had shirts that said 50 Kisses, and they didn't have anything to use it with. So, that's a cool tidbit, for taking tours. You'll find out some interesting stuff from the local people. We also visited the Byodo-In Temple. You want to say anything about that?
Asia loved that one because he does taekwondo, and then he saw a lot of people with gis there. I don't know what type of martial arts they do, but when he saw a lot of people with gis there, I know you were telling him something about it.
Yeah, I'm telling the black belts, and they come in to meditate and stuff like that.
And then he went and he told me, he said, "Mom, do you see those people there?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, they got gis on. I said, "Yeah, I saw them. They're meditating." And he was like, "Oh." And then he saw this big bell, which I think I made a video on it on my page. And then he was like, "Yeah." He went. He said, "Can I ring the bell?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he was reading all the things, and then he went up to the meditation spot. Now I'm a person that I'm like very sensitive on like the feelings and things like that. So I felt when I went to a meditation spot, you feel like this heaviness. If you're that type of person, like you feel like this heaviness and this you feel this heaviness, you feel this if you sit there, you could feel this heaviness, and you could feel this relief there, and that's where people will meditate, and you could just sit there and just relax. And then they have two ways on the temple. If you don't want to take out your sandals or do anything, then you go through a ramp or your shoes. And then if you want to go and through the Buddha temple, you need to respect and take off your shoes. And you take off your shoes, and then you could light up an incense and say a prayer. And then you just stay there until the incense finish, and then you could just move on and then keep on walking through the temple.
I thought that was very interesting.
And then at the end, you put on your shoes again, and you just keep on walking from there. So the temple is not like, oh my God, this whole big deal, but there's a lot of people that were there, and there were people there praying, and they just stand there and they wait until the incense finish, and they pray, and they finish praying, and they keep on going. And our little one just, what are they praying for? And he sat next to me, and we just sat there just watching the people. And then he said, "Okay, I already watched, I'm leaving." So then he just kept on going, but he seemed interested on that. And he kept on mentioning after, when we kept on going, we have to pass through there like 3 times to go to the other places. He said, "Oh, this is where the temple is at." And then he kept on telling his grandparents, Grandpa, this is where the temple is at, remember." So.
Yeah, the cool thing is too, and it's very interesting, but it's more of, it's through, you feel the somber feeling because you have to go through a cemetery in order to get to the temple, which I thought was very interesting, because I thought it was by itself, but you actually need to go through the cemetery, and it's behind the cemetery. They got a lot of koi fish, and the koi fish are...
You want to kids get from by there?
Yeah.
And you can feed the koi fish.
You can feed the koi fish. There's a lot of koi fish there, and birds, and this is a very peaceful experience. This is an exact replica of one that was in, from my understanding, that was in Japan, and it was gifted over
It was gifted, right?
yeah, to Hawaii, that's 50 years ago or something like that. And so, you know, we're not in Japan, obviously, but if you are close here and you want to kind of experience a little bit of Japan, then, you know, this is one of the places to go.
And if you like history.
And if you like history, so you could definitely feel it there, for sure. And speaking of capturing all these incredible memories, I have to talk about our game-changing tool, something that we didn't have before, our Ray-Ban glasses, right? This was an amazing tool, allowed me to capture truly stunning pictures, completely hands-free. I was experiencing these moments. I even had an incredible moment right here from this balcony when I called Jacqueline while I was actually in the water with my glasses, and actually take a picture of my daughter and I while from the balcony, from this balcony, to the pool. So I thought that was very cool. And what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, that you calling me from the pool? Oh yeah, because I was like, where are you calling me from? I was like, no, you were in the hot tub.
In the hot tub, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you were like, I'm in the hot tub. Don't you see me? I'm like, I don't see you. And then I grabbed my phone to actually see him because I was not able to see him. So I grabbed my phone and I zoomed in, and that's when I found him. And I took a picture of them. And then I was like, where is Israel? And then they couldn't find Israel. So come to be that the tower where we're staying at the Hilton, the pool that it has like water slide, and the water slide goes into the pool, and then the pool has like a tunnel that goes underneath, and it leads you to the other pool. So they didn't know that he had gone through that tunnel.
Yeah, I was like, where is this dude?
And when they went to the other pool, then they found him. I was like, how you ended up here? And then he said, well, it took me through the tunnel, and I just went, and I was here. So he had gone through the tunnel to the other pool. Well, they were able to find him, and then he's like, he's there. Then you see him again. I had to grab the phone and zoom in to find him. But then he was calling me from the because I was like, where's your phone? I'm telling him, I'm calling you, where's your phone? But then he's calling me from his glasses because he was not hearing me when I was calling him on his phone because he had the glasses on, but there was like so many kids around him who couldn't hear me. But then he called me from his glasses. I was like, I've been calling you on your phone. I said, well, I couldn't hear it, but I'm calling you from my glasses now. So did you find him? Yes, I found him. He's here with me. So yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah. All right. So this is something that we also sell too. So I'll put that in the description below. But
We're
definitely
able to get the fireworks for the glasses.
The fireworks too. Yeah, the fireworks. So we got a bunch of different pictures and videos. Something that we wouldn't be able to do before. I think the last time we came, we only
the
took.
picture that I took when I was walking, then you told me how you took that picture.
Yeah.
That I posted on my page. That is the picture on the sunset when I was coming by from the lagoon.
Right.
That you said, wait, how did you take that picture? And I said, I was just walking by and I snapped it with the glasses. And you said, that's a nice picture, how you took it. I said, oh, with my glasses. I just snapped it with my glasses. I just was walking and snapped.
Well, your glasses here, man. And that's a game changer for sure. Especially if you're going on trips. You need free, you need to snap a picture real quick. Hats. Let's see, hats are like the enemy of the glasses though. So, you wear no hats. Yeah.
Well, only if the hats are like down
Top,
here.
the brim, yeah.
But if you put it up, as if it feels that it covers, it will actually tell you it's covering your lens. So if you put it like up here, you're fine. But if your hats are down here, then it will cover. But the glasses will actually tell you
Oh yeah, it's covered.
your lens is being covered. So you just have to pick it up.
Yeah. And it tells you locations and different things about different buildings and stuff like that too. So that's pretty cool. All right. Another thing that we went to is we went to a luau, the Moana luau at the Aloha Tower. It came with some fantastic food, Hawaiian barbecue, mai, and some salad. It was a beautiful evening, in my opinion. The Moana luau was a wonderful choice for a classic luau experience. One of the things that are actually included in that Go City Pass, so the Go City Pass comes with 2 different luau options. One, I think is Sea Life Hawaii, which is at the aquarium, or this one, and you can pick one or the other. So this time we chose the Moana luau. The luau gives you storytelling through dance and music. Perfect way to immerse yourself through the Hawaiian culture for an evening. So, what did you think about the luau?
That luau, I think the luau people, like the dancers were good. I don't think it was too many gaps in between. For me, personally. Were too many gaps in between that would leave it, like they would start telling the story, but then they would stop, they would start, and they would stop. So it wasn't like a continuous thing that will keep you engaged.
Right.
So I don't know about the other one. I think if we would have a little more time, I would have probably chosen the other one, but that one was a little further out.
Yeah. And thing was that with that too is that it's only one or the other, so we chose one. I guess that
it's because that one was closer. Because of the scooters also as well.
Right.
Because also we were looking for handicap accessible, so that one was handicap accessible. I don't think the other one was not as much. It was further out.
Yeah.
So we were looking for what was convenient to us. So, but that one overall was good. The food was good.
Ooh, man.
The food was good. They did one thing I did not like about that, and I do have the tickets because I saved one of the tickets. They give you 2 drink tickets. That comes with it. The drinks is a beer, 1 beer, 1 soda, and something else. It says. But the way that it describes it on the Go City, it says that any drink. But on the thing, it says something else. So you get it was at a 10% discount.
Right. You get a discount. You get a discount on
if you want another type of drink. So I wanted like this kind of pineapple drink, like an alcoholic beverage. It was like a pineapple thing, and it was the Blue Hawaiian that my son got. He wanted to taste it, and they put it in a pineapple, and you get a discount with it, and then I think it was like, he said it was like $30-something or 20 something.
20 something with the discount,
yeah, 20 something with a discount. So you get a discount with the card that he gave them. So, but that was not explained.
Yeah, so that was a little misleading.
Yeah.
And I think it seems like they have agreement with some of these places, but some places may not say all the stuff.
So some places do not say all the stuff. So I would recommend, because that's what we do. We call the place, and you're allowed to call the place itself. We call the place itself and ask them, hey, I do have this Go City Pass, what is included with it? And they will let you know. They will let you know this is what is included, this is what's not included. Because when we went to the Cultural Center, they told us what was included with our pass and what was not included with our pass. So, and then they ask you, do you want to upgrade or do you want to keep it as it is? And it's up to you if you want to upgrade it or not.
Yeah, and even the Cultural Center, since we came late, they'll honor your passes. So they said, well, you can come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we went to the Cultural Center, and The culture center is open until 9. So don't Google stuff. That's the first thing. Because if you Google stuff, he Google stuff and said, well, it's open until 9. But people were saying it's open until 5:30. There are 2 times at the culture center. Their events that they do only last until 5:30, the shows. But the center itself is open until 9 because they have the market on the other side that has the food trucks and everything that is food, that's open until 9. All the shows and everything close at 5:30. But being so we got there around 4 something, almost 5, they honor our tickets for 3 days. So they say you could still come in, what was it, Friday? Saturday or something like that. They say you could still come back and use these tickets again, being so you came late. So you could come back again and use these tickets on any of these days, the next day, so you could enjoy the whole thing. We didn't have time to come back, so it's fine. But we did a lot on that time frame we had. So we were okay with it. So they do let you and honor it for you. So that's a thing that I found. They're not stingy with their stuff. They honor stuff for you. They let you come back. They are okay with giving you refunds. They are okay with, hey, just come and do this. It's okay. Because they want you to come back. They want you to visit. They want you to enjoy what you paid for. So.
Yeah, the experience is definitely, they want you to experience it. So they don't skimp on that. Beyond the land, we also took to the water on the Makeni catamaran. It gave a fantastic tour of the city on the ocean, all the way up to Diamond Head. Views of the coastline, in my opinion, from the water, were just the eye for spectacular. The Honolulu skyline gives you a completely different perspective. Relaxing, beautiful way to cap off a day of exploring. What do you think about that, Makeni catamaran?
It was good. What I would say, if you are, well, I want to say if you never had gotten seasick, because our daughter has never gotten seasick, and it did affect her. Take some seasick pills or those wristbands to not to get seasick. Even if you have never gotten seasick, because she has never gotten seasick, and it got to her. So they were really nice, and they actually had, I forgot what he said. It wasn't peppermint, it was something else.
Peppermint oil.
It was other oil. I forgot what it was. It wasn't peppermint. But he put, was just the oil, and he put it on her wrist, and he put her on her wrist, and he says, just this. And then he said, just gonna let it. They gave her some ice, and they gave her the little tater bucket, just in case she had to puke or something. So they were really nice and accommodating, and then they sent her to the back because I took her to the top and said, no, move to the back because the water is about to get rocky and it's going to affect her really bad. So just take her to the back. They immediately accommodated her. So they were really nice and accommodated with her. But if you do take one of those, even if you don't get seasick, do take something just in case.
Yeah.
But do it beforehand. Do take a hat. Do take sunscreen.
Yeah, sunscreen. Yeah. And they have drinks on there too. So it's telling you to take a snack.
The one we did, it do have drinks. It did say take a snack and take drinks. I don't know what it said that. Maybe others do not, but the one that we took, which was, what was it again, Kat? What was the name of it? Makeni. They do have drinks in there. They sell the drinks. They have like a cup that is like $10,
and you
could get refills. So
the other drinks are like $2.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. If you want to eat something, but it's only a 2-hour thing, so I don't think you want to eat in that 2 hours. And after you get off, they have the food trucks, and that's where they have the food trucks, the Thai food truck where we had the food. So after we got off, that's where we went and we had the Thai food. But It did get rocky when we got to the end of the Diamond Head, but the view was amazing. Like, we loved the view. We took pictures, and again, because my phone has like a friggin' big view lens that goes all the way to the end. I did not know that there was like a lighthouse at the end of the Diamond Head, because I always just take pictures of Diamond Head, but I never go all the way in. And when we got there, so then I took the picture of a lighthouse at Diamond Head, and then I took that other island that was behind it, which I don't know the name of it, but I took that picture of the Diamond Head, the lighthouse that was there at Diamond Head. So that was pretty neat, I think. And then we were able to see our hotel from there, and we're showing the kids about it.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
And if you're gonna be sitting on the catamaran on the net part of it, bring your bathing suit and stay with your bathing suit, because you will get wet.
When it gets rocky, that water is coming up for sure. So definitely take a look at that. I think overall, for a group of 7, the Golden City Pass was definitely worth the money. Oahu in general has so much to offer with its historical sites, cultural centers, just the natural beauty of it, just incredible food. Planning lets you tailor your trip to your interests and truly soak it all in. All right, well, that's been our deep dive into making the most of Oahu behind just the resorts. I hope sharing our experiences has given you some great insight and ideas of your own Hawaiian adventure. Jacqueline, thank you for joining me on this episode.
Yes, sir.
So whether you're planning your first trip to Oahu or looking for new ways to experience it, remember to consider your transportation, explore the local food scene, and utilize passes like the Go City Pass strategically. For personalized help planning your ultimate Hawaiian getaway or any other adventure, remember, Let's Travel Today, which is us. The dynamic duo is ready to assist you. Visit letstraveltoday.com or just shoot us a message or what have you, and we'll fill it out. Definitely give you our opinions. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss out on our next adventure. We're also going to be sharing some videos and pictures from our Hawaii trip there as well, including footage with the Ray-Bans. And you can find a link to purchase them in the description. So you don't want to miss it. Until then, let's make memories. That's all, folks.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
And I'm feeling good.